Alright, fuck AtGames. Okay, this is totally unscripted, and I was not planning on doing this, but I've been following everything AtGames has been doing in the past few years and how they've fucked up royally about 10,000 times now. But okay, this time they crossed the line and they fucked up, and I'm pretty pissed, and a lot of people are really pissed. And by the way, if my audio sounds any different, it's because I'm using a different mic. I bought this little Yeti Nano because it is adorable and tiny, but I would not suggest it. The Blue Yeti's not a good mic. Don't buy one. I bought it because it's cute. Leave me alone. So I want to go ahead and first say what my first experience was with this company, because the first time I ever had any kind of introduction to any AtGames product was before I was doing any kind of YouTube anything, and before I was following any kind of retro anything. I went into a video game store and I saw this tiny little handheld Sega Genesis, and I thought it was so goddamn cool. I immediately bought it, and then an hour later I took it back to the store because it was a terrible piece of shit with the tiniest screen I've ever seen in my life, and it was misleading because the bezel was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, the screen was tiny, and the sound was so bad. Then I come to find out later that not only is it just this handheld, but this company makes a bunch of different Sega licensed products for years now that have had the same emulation issues, and they don't fix them. Now, I could honestly spend an entire video bitching and complaining about every single thing they've done wrong, because it's been going on for years, and people have been making videos about AtGames for years, and everything they've done wrong. But you know what? I'm not even gonna... Everyone else has talked about that. I don't need to talk about that. What I do need to talk about is this shit they just pulled recently. Now, for those of you who don't know, they just recently released this little plug-and-play console that is basically just a controller and a little HDMI stick that you plug into your TV, and it's got a bunch of different games on it. It's called the Namco Blast. Now, if they were to have just released a shitty product like they normally do, I honestly wouldn't have batted an eye. I would have been like, oh, yep, that's AtGames. That's what they do. But here's where it's different. They sent a review unit out to another YouTuber called the Immortal John Hancock, and he reviewed the unit, and he liked it. It performed good. It had good ports of the games, and he was pleased with it. Here's the problem. Another YouTuber, Mad Little Pixel, went out and got the same one, and it had Nintendo ROMs on it. It had NES ROMs on it instead of arcade ports. They had two different versions of the game. Apparently the version of the console that hit stores is the one with the NES ROMs on it. Now this would be fine, but there's pictures of arcade ROMs on the back. And even then, it says, oh, these pictures are just for representation. It's not actually supposed to be what it is. It's just supposed to be a little, like a picture. These are the games that are on it. Okay, whatever. If you want to use that as a cop-out, that's fine. But, dude, you sent a review unit out to a YouTuber that was not the product that you were selling. So this YouTuber reviewed this product under the assumption that this is what you were going to sell in stores, and then you released a product with the exact same... It's the same SKU, it's the same product, but it's not the same product, and that's fucked. So now you have one person who is a reputable person when it comes to, you know, reviewing these types of things, and people trust their word, and then they go out and buy this console, and it's not the console that the person reviewed. So now not only are you falsely advertising your own product, but now you're taking somebody else's name and throwing them under the bus, because a lot of people trust their word. And there's no excuse that you could possibly give that would make any of this okay. Not only did you lie to your consumer, but now you made someone else lie to your consumer. AtGames, you have one of the worst reputations of any game company I've ever seen, and every time that you pull some shit, people get more and more and more tired of your shit. How you're still in business is baffling to me. But this is a line that you just don't cross. So unless you're going to recall everything that's on the shelves and issue some kind of statement or issue refunds to your consumers, then I don't know what you could possibly do to pull your way out of this one. But hey, what do I know? People have been taking your fucking bullshit for years, and you're somehow still in business. There isn't even necessarily an overall point to this video. I'm just pissed, and I want to talk about how fucking disgusting this company is. At this point, this company's name needs to be blacklisted from fucking everything because what's next? Tell me what's next. I think there needs to be like, somebody needs to start a hashtag. Hashtag fuck AtGames. Anyway, the moral of the story is don't buy this company's products. I don't care if they make the coolest goddamn thing in the world. Don't buy their products because they're a disgusting, scummy company. They lie to their consumer, they lie to the press, and I've never seen them make a quality product ever. I mean, they were supposed to make that Sega Genesis Mini, but there was so much backlash when they announced that Sega had hired them on to make it that I guess Sega fired them and developed it in-house. I think the only reason they must be in business is because of those Atari flashback consoles that they made. Bunch of fucking old people bought them, or whatever. Anyway, never buy anything from this company, ever. Tell all your friends never to buy anything from this company. Tell your fucking grandma not to buy anything from this company. Fuck them. Wow, I can't believe they made me so mad that I actually said a curse word.